Yo, man, so we missed a lot of conversation when it came to the halftime show, so I'm catching up with y'all and doing some reactions. So right here, we about to check out Joe Budden speaking on the shit, and also it's a channel called New Rockstar where they break down the Easter eggs and details we missed about the halftime show. We can tap into all of that, but in the meantime, let's check out to see what Joe Budden got to say.
Give me something.
Swimming pools.
Yeah, swimming pools, right. Something. Don't kill my vibe. Give me something.
Yeah.
And I think that it was, when I first saw the response from people on the internet, I was like, some of these people are just racist. Some of these people just don't want hip-hop at the Super Bowl.
Right.
But then some people were legitimately like, yo, I like hip-hop. I like music. I just don't know these songs. I feel iced out of it, and you shouldn't. I don't think you have to be a pop act to do this, but I think he made it more narrow than it needed to be, given his catalog.
I had some folks in my house at the party that were not hip-hop heads that liked it, though. So, I mean, I don't think it was everyone. Like, you don't have to be a fucking hip-hop head to have been like, oh, that was a dope performance.
I thought it was beautiful. I guess I like the aesthetics. I like what he was doing. I like the symbolism. But again, I feel like I'm an insider to his world, and I just feel like people who aren't in that world, a lot of people felt locked out of it. That's the feedback I'm seeing from.
But my opinion is, I think I said in the previous video, I don't give a fuck, because there's a lot of times I watch these Super Bowl shows and I do not know the songs. Growing up, like the majority, probably 75% of the Super Bowl performances, I did not know the songs, bro. Maybe I gotta go back and look at them again to be sure. I didn't know the shit.
From people, like everybody at my crib loved it. They was going crazy.
Right.
But I just see a lot of people who didn't feel that way.
Like he got, I'm sorry, he got the GNX tour coming up.
Yeah.
If this is the way, of course it will be more records, but if that entire set was played on the GNX tour, I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Just not Super Bowl.
Initially, I didn't like it, but then I realized that it was a message there. You know, when I went back and watched it, and I started to understand it, and it grew on me. I didn't like it initially. It was boring. I'm like, what is he doing?
I also understand owning a majority of the songs.
Yeah.
Doing that, fuck it. I'm gonna run up the streams on my shit. It's gonna be my shit.
It's about the message, though.
But Flip, let me ask you: Do you want to be convinced, or have to be convinced to like it? You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to listen to an album 5 times and you I'm in love with it now. But a Super Bowl performance should feel like when I watch Michael Jackson, when I watch Beyonce, when I watched, any of these people say, yo, that shit was fire. If you got to watch it 10 times or 5 times to feel into it, I think that's different. And I didn't feel that. I liked it. I just
you're programming yourself.
But we programmed to expect extravagant performance
for Super Bowl. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but nah. He take that, America.
It's an interesting take from you. Interesting take from you.
Say more.
The last part. I'm shocked he said the last part.
Why?
Because he was boycotting. So to now view it through the lens of what a Super Bowl performance traditionally is. And why do we view it that way? Because of the stage. And why is that stage that stage? Because of the viewership. Yeah, but who is the viewership?
Is it the people at the stadium, or is it the people watching?
You know who the viewership is when you talk about that stage.
Yeah.
So I'm with Flip. I'm with Flip.
Yeah.
Take this hip hop.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, y'all, internet, y'all.
Real quick, sorry, Joe.
Get in your bag.
It's like what Kanye did when he went for the relief. Remember when Kanye did on MTV? George Bush don't like black people.
Yeah.
That's even though that was crazy, but we didn't expect him to use the opportunity to say that. If you understand, he showed us what he thought about the current position that America is in. Like, it's a whole message that I read between that.
I loved all of that.
And the position that he's in even see it like that.
Yes.
Right?
But could you not have done that with Kill My Vibe?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, you could have done that with different songs.
You could do that with All Right.
Who are you to say that? And who are you to say that? Listen, I, much like y'all, hate the set list.
That's the only thing I hate.
Yeah, that's all I'm criticizing.
For me, that has to take a back seat because the story was greater than the set list.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I can't now come and tell the storyteller how to tell that story.
That's how you flipped it, okay. I wanted to see how you flipped this shit because in the previous video, y'all know we talked about how Joe Budden was trashing the set list. I wanted to see how he was gonna go ahead and flip this shit.
I thought there was some songs that could have went even if he performed them at the other Super Bowl. That's me in my living room.
Okay.
The guy telling the story wants to tell it this way. It was bold. I think black is bold. It was like the audacity. I like when people have audacity. I do. I liked all the Sam Jackson, the American flag, the divided. What you were seeing visually was A1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shorty who did those, cause she did Rihanna shit looked phenomenal as well. Like that's her bag, clearly. Visually, I'm sure nobody was disappointed. It was stunning.
Yeah.
With the choreography and yada. And then Kendrick pulled out some dance moves.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's just a little two-step, I wasn't mad.
Hey.
Wow,
get
rap.
it, hey. All right. Tough to do that walking on your jeans.
With the bell bottoms on.
Take that from somebody who spent at least 15 years walking on the bottom of his jeans. Oh, he was dusty. I was a dusty little nigga. That's tough to hit. Hey. Like that set to me, I left the set with one question. And internet, y'all and your little gotcha. I was wrong. Y'all be so extra when I'm wrong. I was wrong.
It's funny,
I did not believe.
Me neither.
That set list, like Mark said, the Super Bowl is for big stars and big hits. I too have been programmed. But for that nigga to get out there with that extra hip hop shit and not care what nobody thought about nothing, I still don't know if homie that was raising the fucking the flag
was part of it.
I don't know if that was part of it or if it wasn't part of it, which leads to my only question when I finished the Super Bowl. I said, man, is this nigga Israelite or not? Because that will totally change. I would have never said that last podcast if I know that Kendrick Lamar is an Israelite.
Well, he kind of said that on Damn.
Cool.
He's not, but he's
Cool.
influenced.
Israelite, listen, I'm as pro-black as they come. I'm with the blackity black shit. And then you bump into some people like an Israelite and talk to them. And see that there's a separation in your black and their black. Like, you be down with that shit. They be saying some shit. Yo, man, we need to do this. We need to change the currency and the ecosystem. Yeah, I'm with all that shit. And yeah, man, we need to just march to fucking Memphis. And if we see a white person burning on the sidewalk, then we don't do nothing. We just gonna keep marching right by him. We don't put no water on him. I was like, I'm not that kind. No, I'm not there in my blackness. I'm not there. But if I know that you there, it's like, oh, you'll go to the whitest of places and just do some black shit.
I think we putting too much into that.
Nah, that's what it looked like to me.
Because again, like I said when we discussed the track, the set list last time, if you watch the interview that he did with Ebro and Nadeska, he said, yo, I'm in the now.
If you take it there, I'm taking it further.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Yo, I love that running joke. Yo, he told him. All right, my bad for you.
All right, so that was Joe's take, man. Interesting. You know, but let's get into, this is from their huge platform, New Rock Stars. This is my first time ever seeing this. This lady's name is Jessica Clemens. I've never seen their platform before, but I'm interested in this because people are talking about it, and it may be dope. Let's tap in and see what's up.
Hello and welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemens, and there were a couple of great trailers at the Super Bowl. The Thunderbolts trailer was amazing, and then there was also a fan-made Mission Impossible trailer, but that's besides the point. What really got me was Kendrick's halftime show. And I'm not here asking for y'all's opinions. I ain't asking if you liked it, hated it, booed it, whatever, because I liked it. The show is full of so many details, so many hidden things that probably went over your guys' head. So let's break this down today. Let's go through it scene by scene for all those details you might have missed, and also just maybe talk it out, because there's a lot of things that you can interpret. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one
Shout out Squarespace.
parts and launching your own website a breeze. This performance is nothing short of a complete story with so many moving parts. It opens with the PlayStation controller buttons, which seemed to me as something else, but Zach on Break Room compared this stage to a PlayStation controller, and I now firmly believe it. I googled the buttons that lit up maybe for a cheat code or something, and it gave me the Lost World Jurassic Park guide, which loosely does give you the cheat code to start the game with 59 lives, and this is the 59th Super Bowl. Coincidence? I don't know, probably not. Shelley
What the fuck?
Rogers, the show's art director, mentioned in an interview interview with The Wire. I think the video game theme was symbolic, his way to reach young people, Rogers says. She goes on to say, a lot of it showing his journey traveling through the American dream. We'll continue to note this throughout the breakdown, acknowledging moments that could reflect Kendrick's real life. Also,
and playing the game, like being told to play the game. You got to play the game. It's like the whole theme of everyone's gripes with the show was they wanted Kendrick to play the game. You're on that stage, you're supposed to play the game. It's like everyone's saying what Samuel L. Jackson was saying. No, Kendrick, you need to do this. Samuel Jackson was cursing him out when he wasn't doing his songs that everyone wanted him to do. So it's kind of even more genius when you think about the backlash that the performance is getting, because it's what was intended to happen in reaction to him doing those songs initially before he started to do DNA, Humble, and all the other things that Samuel Jackson, Uncle Sam said. Now you're getting it. So let's continue listening.
Back to the PlayStation of it all. PlayStation is owned by Sony, which also owns Santa Ana label group, which in January of 2024 partnered with Drake's group OVO. So, you get two birds, one stone, really. We also learned that we're playing the American game. A single beam of light hits the middle of the squares. This is Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. I flagged Uncle Sam, beginning his taunt in the middle square, which is the most critical spot in tic-tac-toe. Claiming it first gives you a better strategic advantage, and who already has the best advantage in the game than Uncle Sam? Uncle Sam is the symbol and personification of the United States and its government. Now, in Kendrick Lamar's album To Pimp a Butterfly, Uncle Sam was the nickname, but also characterized to represent America, the government, capitalism, along with a lot of racism. Opening track of Wesley's Theory, he raps at one point as Uncle Sam saying, what you want, you a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano, and a guitar, anything. See my name is Uncle Sam, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live at the mall. 40 acres and a mule.
That album's probably the best album ever, bro. Top 5. Just the story of the album is crazy. The Lucy,
these are the promises made to slaves after the Civil War, like reparations. What do you have at the mall? 40 acres and a mule. These are the promises made to slaves after the Civil War, like reparations. What he's showing us is that Uncle Sam represents a country built on freedom and choices, but it isn't. And for black folks, it was built on false promises. What Uncle Sam is doing is criticizing and telling Kendrick how to perform and what everyone in America wants to see. Hence the album title, To Pimp a Butterfly. Kendrick choosing now, Black History Month in America, where they're actively trying to strip the rights away from many minorities, is so impactful, and he's doing it in such a way. I'm happy to be black, but I'm very happy to be black. This is also coming on the heels of the Louisiana lawmakers demanding a family-friendly halftime, citing past vulgar performances. And a lot of those vulgar performances are POCs. Don't ask us to perform if you're gonna criticize it. Uncle Sam wears a custom boat ensemble, a 3-piece suit, and an overcoat. The placement of the stars is interesting. There are 14 stars on his jacket, and a flag believed to be from 1846 to 1848, anticipating the coming Civil War, does feature 14 stars, not representing all the states of the Union, but only the free states where slavery was illegal. It could represent that, but it might just be an array of different stars. There's a lot of interpretation you can make for it. Kendrick opens upon the classic GNX that graces the album cover, but it is not the exact one. This one was gutted and turned into a clown car, according to the art director. He's repping an unreleased track, Bodies, or Tiramisu if you want to call it that. It was used to promote the GNX album a while back. Kendrick is rocking a royal blue varsity jacket custom made by Martine Rose, who he's worked with much in the past. The front of the jacket reads Gloria, a reference to the last song on the GNX album, and Gloria is also in red and white on the blue coat, similar to the American type of colors we're going to be seeing all throughout this performance. The back has a large PG Lang, the company Kendrick and Dave Free, the director of Not Like Us, share. Above the PG Lang, it says Compton, Kendrick's hometown, which you should know by now. He's also rocking the Nike Air DT Max 96s, a backwards turned cap with the Romanov Diamonds Angel.
That's Deion Sanders shoes.
Air DT Max 96s, a backwards turned cap with the Romanov Diamonds Angel Wing brooch. He's got the G National for Grand National patch, the all I ever wanted was the Black Grand National. Wop Wop Wop, which is from Not Like Us.
It's not enough. Hey.
On the other side, 2025 and KOW, which, I was writing this very late, couldn't figure that out. I'm sure it just means one of the songs, but you yell at me. Tell me what you think it is. And of course, an A minor change.
What does KOW mean? KOW.
This chain also refers to Dave Free and Kendrick's company PG Lang, where this is also their logo. The two children holding up the A may look familiar because towards the end of the performance, we see people in the back waving the flag. As he continues singing on the car's hood, people start jumping from the vehicle and the trunk everywhere and wearing red, white, and blue. Later, we'll see them scattered, symbolizing America's current cultural divide. In our great nation's pigments, there's a lot of symbolism behind the colors. Red symbolizes valor and bravery, and if you pay really close attention, the people in red are always trailing Kendrick, watching his back and ready to squabble up. White represents innocence and purity. These are the men dancing at the beginning in their own little bubble, unfazed, singing under the streetlights, and when everyone falls to the ground dancing toward the end, they're still standing, dancing innocently. Blue represents vigilance and justice, and those in the blue we see trailing those in the red, protecting Kendrick, dancing with SZA and Kendrick on the triangle stage, protecting SZA and Kendrick. They also represent the part of the American flag with our stars representing each state, which could further represent the justice we seek for black men in America. Some folks have also interpreted it as
like
the blue and red gang, since we know Kendrick's upbringing, and this could also represent their hopeful unity to combat the American game that's rigged against us. There's a lot of ways to interpret this scene, and I think everybody's points are valid. You just need to know the message or get the message across, or actually just question, talk about it, because more word of mouth for the message. Activism. The music halts with a screech, and we're left behind with only the red dancers.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
I don't think I really need to explain this one, but in case if I do, again, while rights are being stripped in America from minorities, we see explicit hate for most folks. Their freedom in the US is taken away, and our government's loss of morality. This isn't necessarily a wake-up call, but we need order and change, which Kendrick is forcing you to see. You can't turn away from this. This is one, if not the most watched program in the United States. Additionally, we will speak to this in a larger portion of the video later, but note how everyone came out of the same car, but we'll later see them be divided and segregated, or separated if you don't like the word segregate. Then they play Squabble Up, and we see the men in white dancing in the front, while those in the red dance in the back in a more uniformed march. I think these are the same men who appear later in Man at the Garden. These are the turf fiends who also showed up during Squabble Up in the music video. Notice how they enter dancing with Kendrick. If this performance follows his journey in the American game or the American dream, it begins with him being himself in America, not liking it. Don't shoot the messenger, but if your website only works if...
Yep, makes sense. Makes sense.
Or a domain. Now, the choreography is magnificent, but tailored so differently, and if you remember the Squabble Up music video, it featured tons of different California dance influences, which I think we're highlighting here, but to a much bigger scope. We're recognizing the diversity across the nation, so in our neighborhoods or in our lives, we're actually focusing on the differences. Also, these 100 plus dancers were choreographed by Charm LaDonna, who did not like us. She is on top of it. Then Uncle Sam comes in for more play. Uncle Sam's not happy with the way Kendrick's playing the American game. Now, remember what I mentioned earlier and how Kendrick sees Uncle Sam. Not only is he being pimped by Big Greed in front of us, but the game wasn't really made for black folks. You're meant to assimilate and adapt to what Uncle Sam wants from you, and he promises that you'll get something if you fit his narrative. Additionally, it's not hard to assume a lot of America will criticize Kendrick's performance Monday morning as loud, reckless, and ghetto. These are also common words used to tear us down.
It's crazy, bro. Like now it makes, like, the performance is getting better in my opinion when you really think about it, because it was planned for this interaction, with this reaction.
And then this perfectly segues us into Humble, a song that is about being humble and arrogant at the same time.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know that some folks read it as Kendrick telling other rappers to be humble, but I always read it as both that and him doing the same thing, reminding himself to be humble, seeing as where he came from. He could also be, you know, telling America to be humble right now at the Super Bowl because we know who's in the audience. And then you see the dancers positioned like the American flag, though it's divided right down the middle. This is probably my favorite sequence and has so many messages, maybe things you did or didn't notice. America's got a cultural divide going on right now, and we see it choreographed here with Kendrick standing in the middle of the divide, representing our nation. But this could also represent he's helping bring us back together. It doesn't necessarily have to be Kendrick, but like he said, the revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, just the wrong guy. He's showing us, all of us, the problem in America right now. And I think it's important to flag that these are all black men with different outfits, accessories, and looks, but still, to me, this is very symbolic of America being built on the backs of black people. It's right there in front of us, I gotta say. Everyone scatters when he imitates gunfiring. In the stands, you see it says stage 1. We're only at the beginning, and if this is Kendrick's journey through the American game or dream, we just got snippets of the gun and street violence while he performs DNA. This song is about racism and how we're treated when we carry so much history and culture and life, no matter how people stereotype us to be. The colors no longer form the flag, they all blend together now. And we're no longer divided, but harmonious and protecting each other. Where there is beauty and celebration in the hood, there are also times of extreme hardships and grief at the hands of inescapable violence. And we see that part of Kendrick's American game game playing out here. The lights in the stand now spell out warning wrong way, and I think it can mean two things. Notice how we began near the square, then trekked all the way to the triangle, and then he'll turn around and strut back towards the beginning. I think this could be more commentary on how, as a nation, even divided, we're going backwards. Though you could also interpret it as Uncle Sam's warning in the American game. He's clearly not playing it right, Kendrick, so he's warning him to get back to something more palatable. And then, oh boy, we get Euphoria, the Drake song. This song came after Push-Ups, a song catered to dissing Kendrick and using Euphoria, the name of the show Drake is an executive producer of, you know, that show that's centered around high schoolers and their rambunctious lives. Wonder why he's producing it. This is clearly a road, and we see all these street lights, and you can see that people are balanced on the street lights, looking up at the stars, or, you know, the night lights of the game. Kendrick released a short film with PG Lang titled Welcome to PG Lang. It featured him balanced on street lights like a cloud, just like this. This video incorporates numerous visual motifs, focusing on disengaging from your phone or overstimulation and embracing the present. You could also focus on the past or the future if you wanted. Though Kendrick on the streetlight is questioned, I wondered what he's thinking up there or whether he's thinking at all. And I think these boys on the street lamps represent Kendrick's break after Damn and the writer's block he mentioned in Morale and the Big Steppers. One of the men is wearing a hat that says Peekaboo, and we'll see that this is the next song in the performance. Then Uncle Sam comes back for more. Uncle Sam is still not here for the black culture and representation. He doesn't want us to show our authentic selves. Kendrick ain't listening to what he's telling him to do, so he has the scorekeeper deduct one life. This is to slow us down, to keep us apart when we're unified. However, this is also like a typical tactic. If we don't behave,
I did not peep the artist, the scorekeeper, the things and the stands. I did not pay attention to none of that shit, dog. Like, it's so many layers.
Looking for, we're chastised. What's also very important about this scene is that Uncle Sam stares down the barrel of the camera at the viewers of America, addressing all of America, and says, scorekeeper, deduct one life. Are we the scorekeepers for Uncle Sam? He makes the command and we're supposed to follow? I mean, maybe not me, but you. Y'all, America. I'm also America, but you know, I'm black in America. It's a different game. We're now at Peekaboo, and Kendrick literally jump scared us all in this little cute appearance. We're performing now on the giant X, and each limb feels like a different island with a different group of people, hence their different choreographies. This could also represent the other communities, different groups of folks who have been divided, but waiting for something to bring them together. A common ground maybe, a mission, what have you. In this case, it's Kendrick who leads them all to the free limb. Kendrick mentions, I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue, trolling Drake and his team for filing a lawsuit against Universal Music Group for promoting Not Like Us. And he says he'll think about it, but slows it down. And Uncle Sam ain't happy, but then the ladies come out in red, and SZA is here, and we get Luther, which is my favorite song. I love Luther. Our girl is perfect. I'm having such a fun time watching her perform with Kendrick. Their little step two to each other is so nice. And you know what? I'll say it. If you guys want to buy me a ticket to their concert, I'll take it. I'll take any free ticket my way. I can't afford it. Also, this is exactly what happened with Renaissance. I couldn't afford it and then watched my friend just show up randomly. And then no one told me I don't know. I'm ranting now. I just want a ticket to this concert. I just can't afford it. But I know it's going to be great. Someone record it. Send it to me. Then we get All the Stars, which you might know from Black Panther, of course, because it's a great duet. We've now grouped back together, men, women, red, white, and blue. Then Uncle Sam comes back, congratulating them on the song. That is until he summed up the entire performance. There's a cultural divide in America. He's addressed and shown you in under 15 minutes. A performance for the masses to ponder or to seek to understand. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. The promise was bigger than the prize, and they tried to rig the American game against us, systemically and structurally bound to prejudicial laws, unfair treatment, or disadvantages, segregation, gentrification, voter suppression, all of the above. However, for Kendrick, it's him being a puppet to the industry and wanting to be true to himself, and you can't fake influence. Then we get Not Like Us, and we're all back together dancing again. Kendrick smiles, but he says, hey Drake, and this is honestly the cutest thing in the world. Also, Drake. Our man doesn't even have to say P3DO. The crowd screamed a minor. They screamed the words for him. Then we see Serena sea walking. In the Squabble Up video, we also saw a young girl dancing like this with her tennis skirt and outfit. There was an idea that she represented Serena and Venus Williams, who also grew up in Compton. This could be a nod to Serena's controversial dance during the Olympics, which she was criticized for, and speaks to the entire message Kendrick's been saying through the performance. Y'all support her when she's quiet and plays tennis, but God forbid she celebrates by sea walking. Also, we know Drake and Serena's past ain't a good one. We got 2 exes on the stage now. Ooh, I'm just saying. Also, Serena and SZA, I'm so proud of you for walking away from that crazy man. Then we get Mustard in his custom leather Vents and Star jacket. So proud of our boys. Look at them. They're so cute together. I could watch them dance like this on the field the entire time. And look, if you're mad, if Drake is mad, sad.
Hey man, I love when black women show love and support black men. I always love that shit.
At the end, Kendrick tells you to turn your TV off. Turn his TV off. The revolution was televised. Are we locked in? Are you locked in? Honestly, because this is a message to those watching and ourselves, because we need to recognize who is dividing us. And this was such a fun halftime show. There's a lot of things that might have gone over your heads or maybe confused you. And the thing is, no one is gonna be 100 at this. This is some heavy research, and it's gonna take a lot of time to dissect every single part. And I only think the only person that knows the entire story is Kendrick and his creative team. And for those not in America that are watching this video, because I know you guys like to watch the Kendrick Lamar videos to understand, our nation is divided right now, and a lot of folks are in bad places, scary places, harmful places. Take the opportunity to do your own research. Mind you, maybe listen and learn from those affected by said conditions, because it's a hard time. The last thing I want during Black History Month is ignorant hate towards this performance criticizing the political message without trying to learn more about it first. That's it for my breakdown on Kendrick Lamar's halftime Super Bowl show. There's probably much more to it. Again, I wrote this through the night after we got home after our like 5-hour stream. We did such a good job here at New Rockstars. I can't believe we did that. Follow me at Lulu_Clemens. Subscribe to all 3 channels of the New Rockstars Network for all the breakdowns and news coverage.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them, man. But yeah, dog. Dope Easter eggs. Did like a lot of those things went over my head. Admittedly, bro, but that's the thing about Kendrick Lamar. He provides those extra layers, and that's why his stuff gets so much views, because you watch it over and over again and see all the Easter eggs, bro. But let me know what y'all gotta say in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.